We're out here on a boat in the Greater Thames Estuary as part of our annual monitoring of the grey and harbour seals here. We've been doing this monitoring since 2013 and it's given us a long-term picture of how these populations are doing. We always do these surveys in the first 2 weeks of August when harbour seals are molting and they're most likely to be hauled out of the water. We do these surveys by boat and by air. Most of the area of the Greater Thames Estuary we cover by air. This year we used a helicopter in a new partnership with the RAF and the Army.
On this occasion it was an Army crew of 2 pilots and 1 rear crew, along with Hannah. And based out of Watersham we conducted surveys from the air of the Greater Thames Estuary over a period of 3 days, and we were able to use the camera to good effect for the survey, looking initially for the seals using infrared and then swapping to the normal camera for species identification. This allowed us to stay high as well so as not to disturb the seals during the survey.
These surveys give us a long-term picture of how the seal populations are doing here in the Thames, but they also feed into a wider national picture of seals around the UK. We haven't finished crunching the numbers yet, but we'll soon be doing that, and then we'll get a better picture of how the seals are this year. Seals are really incredible species that everyone enjoys seeing in the wild, but should be enjoyed from a distance, so making sure that people are giving them their space. Also just making sure that we're keeping our estuaries, rivers and seas clean. And finally, decision makers have a really important part to play in keeping our rivers clean, which also then helps our estuaries and our seas. The Thames is an incredibly important habitat to a range of many species, but it hasn't always been this way. Back in the 1950s, the Thames was declared biologically dead. It's seen massive improvements since then, and now it's become a really important habitat for sensitive species like seahorses, critically endangered European eel, and it's a really important habitat that we must work as hard as we can to protect for species like the seals.